Okay, that's right.
Okay, so my name is Misty McConico. This is my husband Kenyatta McConico. We've been doing the protocol with our son since October. We met Carmen and Walter, that was September, during the autism walk. Yeah, so I called her up, was concerned, they got us on, we met with them. So we got to keep it on the protocol. So we started with just the green drink at first. Then the kombucha, the kefir, the camel milk, the coconut kefir. We did go buy like $100 worth of stuff like charcoal, activated charcoal, biotin, castor oil, stuff, oregano, oil. I got salt. I never used it yet, but
actually, you did.
Oh, so we got the salt. Yeah, we don't salt, right? Yeah. So, yeah. So from then, because our son was starting to get some vocal stuff, some talking a little bit. So I'm like, okay, what's different? But I guess we've been on it for 4 months. 4 months. So the last month specifically, when we actually boosted up to the green drink, the green tea. I got him on the biotin, the honey, kefir, and camel's milk together, kombucha, and coconut water, which I have to get some more coconut water, and then the activated charcoal, and we try to get the clay back in. I must say I'm not, good with that, sometimes ripping and running, but we have the protocol here that, I put on every week. I've noticed more speech, more sentences, more typical. He'll play with, he'll engage with his sister, not with she, just doing it with him. When I was getting ready to leave out the door, I shut it in the van. He came running like, "Oh my gosh, don't leave me!" Before he was in his own zone. He didn't really care about that. He says, "Mummy," it just tickles my, but he says, "Mummy," and and some of the things are really hard. Some of the things he'll say, he'll look right at me. I have no clue, but it's still there, and I still try to respond. "Oh yeah," and tell me again. But over the last, we have him in some therapy, but not as much as we probably could. But I mean, with this protocol and stuff.
I guess just to say some of the developments that he has shown. He gives us a lot more eye contact. Eye contact is important to me because I want to tell him and teach him to make sure he's learning stuff. He's doing, his teacher says the same thing, that he gives more eye contact, so he's participating more. He works well with commands. I think as any typical child, they don't like being told what to do. They might stumble away or whatever. He's not stumbling away, but if I tell him, okay, go use the bathroom, time to go to bed, or this, that, and other, he might whine a little bit, but he goes to do it. So that lets me know that his understanding is great. Since he's been on the protocol, I've been able to, we know when he's not feeling well now, because he's not verbal. So it's like, when he's taking certain things, the only way we can know if he's not feeling well, if he's actually sneezing or nose running, or we see the skin breaking out or whatever. But now I know he's not feeling well when he's not so active. When he's comfortable in his gut, he's a lot more active. He's running around. He wants to play. I got the Elmo Monsters game on Xbox. I turn that on. He's trying to, control the game because it's how is it? You're the controller, so he's interacting with the game. So he wants to do all that. He He got his little pet snake, his dinosaur. He's making a dinosaur raw, you know, so he's in play with it. And this is his functional play. My biggest thing was, when is he going to be functional so I can actually talk to him, see what he's learning, teach him some things and so on. So he's functional now. so that's where I'm, you know, really overjoyed because I can tell him commands, you know. When he started school, he catch the bus to school every morning. All right, when I put him in school, it's the first thing I wanted to do because I was worried about him being independent. So first thing I said, well, we got to get him in public school. I wasn't thinking about the early development or whatever. I was thinking about school, and then early development came on it, and I realized that we was kind of late because it started at like 2.5, turning 3, and I think they stopped at 3 for the center that we was. And so I was concerned about getting him in school, the bus system, and I wake him up every morning. I will put one leg in, finish dressing himself. I'll put one arm in, he finish dressing himself. Alright, sit him on steps, tell him to put his shoes on. He struggles a little bit because he's tired of me telling him what to do, but I say, put your shoes on, let him do that thing all by himself. And,
is that new behavior?
Huh?
Is that new behavior?
It's not new behavior, but it's getting better. I'm helping him less.
Right.
He knows what's going on. So I said, okay, let's sit on the couch, wait for the bus. We sitting on the couch, we wait for the bus. You know, so those things that are more typical of his age group are happening. He's functional. And so I'm grateful to God and protocol for that he's functional and I can teach him things.
Yeah, even with he doesn't have high tolerance to pain. He burned himself one day a couple years ago. We didn't know he was burnt until a bubble came. And I'm like, oh my gosh, did he burn himself? My husband was like, maybe he was close to the barbecue, but he didn't say anything. So I was standing there, just I think last week, I was standing there like this watching the TV. Now my elbow is oaked. He runs, boom, right into the elbow. I'm like, oh my gosh. So he's like, you know, tears coming, and he took my hand and wanted me to rub it. And then I'm like, you want me to kiss it? So he put it down so I can kiss it. And then he just started crying. And when he's hurt, he talks. And I'm like, I know, you know. I'm like, but why are you running? Right?
We use that too. We'll be tough on him. We'll get on his nerve because we know once he's excited and upset, he's going to talk more.
Right, and he told on his sister yesterday.
We don't take no shorts from him.
Right, like he come over crying. I'm like, Trinity, what did you do? That's automatically, like, she must have did something, you know. So she was like, well, he put the Blu-ray in the DVD, and he's not supposed to because you said not to. So I'm like, so he was like, so I had to move the DVD because I'm like, he is going to get it. So he went. He got up on the chair and he was looking, and I'm like, what about this movie? And he was like, no. And then he was looking, I'm like, well, maybe it's gone. And he started pointing, and he was like, down there. And he was looking at her, and he was like, down there. Like, she hit it, right? I hit it, but you know. So that's totally new. He never told on, he never engaged with his sister like that. He'll come and tell. You know, and then he'll get direct eye contact. I'll get it, you know, and I'm like, well, what happened? And he'll come get my hand. You know, sometimes I'll say, you know, move, get up. He will physically move me. He doesn't want to talk, because if I tell him to talk, but then I'll be half asleep on the sofa. He got on the sofa, took the blanket off me, and said, get up. Just clear like that. And I'm like, okay. I loved it. I'm like, I'm so tired. But I come, okay, what do you want me to do? So he'll come get my hand, and then he'll let go, and like I'm supposed to like know, like in the middle of the floor, what is that? So, oh yeah, and then potty training. We've been trying to get him potty trained. He goes with us. We used to tell him go pee, or if he does that, we'll tell him to go pee. But many times I've never told him. He just goes in. You hear the toilet boonk, either going up or going down, and he'll pee. Now we're trying to get him with the pooping, but we try to keep the underwear on all the time. I guess he doesn't really like it, so he's doing all this. I didn't know he had pooped on himself, so I came up he had put us up on the potty and put his underwear and his clothes in the garbage. So he had put them in.
He's relating it.
Right.
But he'll do it after the fact.
Right, right.
But before he wouldn't do it at all. Just sit
Right,
there,
just sit there
wait
and-
for you to change it.
Right,
Now
that's-
he'll go and take his clothes off and get on the potty.
Right. That's why no pull-ups until he gets ready to get into the bed. Because well, I think it was 2 days ago he pulled his pull-up down, but then he'll come one day. I put his pull-up on, and I guess he wanted to go pee, and his pee was directed, I guess, in the wrong spot. And he's come over to him, ha 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 ha. I'm like, what's up? And he was like, oh, okay. So now we have to change this because now it's all over. He was like, it's coming up, you know.
Your sister worked.
So, we've seen a lot of changes. And, I mean, it seems like we've been on the protocol for a long time, but it's only really been 4 months. We've been seeing it, maybe we're just so eager to see, and, I want it all at the same time. But I've noticed we're doing everything except for the brain support. So we're going to try to put this taurine in. And then I try to take notes on what he says over the, I couldn't find my page, so I didn't really put as much down. But, I try to get as much as I can documented. Sometimes you're like, what did he say? So I have it on paper. And then I've been doing this for the last, I think the last 4 or 5 weeks, just so I can, know what, yeah.
So
And I call
we've been
Carmen
pretty
all the time.
consistent about everything. What's up, baby?
Yeah,
Check everything.
so we gotta get better at that.
Thank you guys.